Call me Marc.
Well,
Alright,
actually, he's Skippy the Marc the Knife.
I am starting the stream. We should be coming live, and I really hope my internet isn't going to die just now, like it's trying to. Tell me when we go live, because it always takes a
He's
second.
trying to escape his fate. Waiting. Now
we're live.
We're live. All right.
Yay.
Hello, Internet.
Hello, everybody.
IT stream chat.
Tonight we're having a very special stream because I have a very special guest. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Marc. I'm a physician, and I happen to know Ragni very well. So he asked me to.
Don't be creepy, Gharbad.
Not that well. Not
Does
that
this
well.
mean we're getting an actual surgeon to play surgeon?
No,
simulator?
I'm not a surgeon. I'm
How
I'm
did you guess?
I'm a family physician, but like any medical doctor, I was trained in many things, and I helped on surgery a few times.
For the record,
Holy shit! I actually did guess it.
for the record,
crap.
everybody, I was told that it was a Dick story stream.
Wait for it.
Mr. Marc,
Yeah,
are you Ragni's dad?
yeah, I'm Ragni's dad.
Oh my god, that's so adorable!
Well, now that this little secret is out, have you ever seen this game?
No, I've never seen the game before.
Alright, so this is Surgeon Simulator. This is a very, very accurate surgery game. And I brought you here because I wanted to know how accurate it is. I want you to tell us how accurate it is.
Okay.
So this is a very lenient game. It's not, it doesn't start out with a very complicated operation because the first one is a heart transplant.
Just that. Just a simple, everyday heart transplant.
Yeah, so, the first obstacle we have is the rib cage. We have several tools we can use, but personally, I like to use the drill.
Okay, so what do you do with the drill?
I drill the rib cage to remove it.
Okay.
This is how real surgeons do it, right?
Well, they used to do it with a kind of pair of scissors, and they don't cut everything like they do here in the game, because obviously you have to leave the ribs whole if you want to repair them. So here is just destroying the rib cage. In reality, they wouldn't do that, of course.
Don't worry, ribs grow back, right?
But not exactly, but maybe in games, but
Well, when you say not exactly, do you mean they kind of grow back?
no, they don't.
Just a little.
They just don't. But they can be. He removes. Oh, right, he removes two lungs. So that's easy.
Well, they're in the way. We gotta get rid of them.
Yeah, well, I can see that, but
Just toss it over there.
yeah. practically,
Gently throw it.
practically, your patient is dead. But
No, look, on the top right, there's the amount of blood he still has in his body, and it says 4,000 and almost 800. He's
and
fine.
your watch fell from your wrist, and it almost fell into into the body of your patient,
Yeah,
which is
this is a heart transplant, so it gave him a replacement ticker.
very good, very good, very good.
So yeah, since the stomach and the esophagus are in the way, we have to remove those two.
Ugh. No, well, no.
So how accurate it is?
Floor, right?
How accurate is it so far?
It's accurately gross. I mean, and another thing that would not be like this in reality is the fact that, well, actually in reality it bleeds all the time, and you don't see that well in the rib cage.
Would it be flooded with blood?
Yeah, it would be flooded with blood, and of course, all the tissues they kind of fall to one another. So you have to put what they call retractors to see something. Here it's
If I could interject with a quick question. Is it also normal to wear gloves while performing surgery?
Yeah, it would be normal to wear gloves. And,
He washed his hands.
well, yeah, not for.
Maybe.
Actually, there are some schools of surgeons that say that you don't have to wear gloves if you wash very thoroughly, but only for very specific interventions. Because some of the operations you should always wear gloves because it gets dirty very easily.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt you. We're just going to put the heart, the new heart, where it belongs, and the operation.
Oh, okay.
And that's
that was easy. That was I should have chosen surgery. I mean, if it's that easy, it must be just great to earn so much money with so little trouble.
So the next one is a kidney replacement.
Oh, I've done that before.
You have?
Yeah, I'll tell you the story later on.
Yeah, it's a story for a little later. But now what's in the way is are the intestines.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a knife from over here.
Yeah, but there's also something very peculiar. Again, the watch. What's wrong with his watch? I mean,
I don't know. The watch is not very well attached.
The watch is effectively Indiana Jones's hat in this game.
and also there's something very peculiar about this surgeon. Is left-handed and he has only one limb. I mean, he should be using both hands, but obviously he doesn't know how to use the right one. So what are you doing right now?
I'm removing the large intestine. I'm going to remove the rest.
Yeah, well,
After
yeah,
that?
it's so useless, and
I don't know why you need an intestine, really.
well, sometimes you eat, and it kind of comes.
Do you like to poop?
Yeah.
Do I like to poop? Yes.
Well, pooping is.
I'm pretty sure he's not going to be pooping ever again.
Well, no.
Need to.
He is
Wow.
going to poop. It's just not really going to work.
And
like
also
he used to.
he should be throwing the intestines. Why are you throwing them to the head, at the head of the
He's
guy?
asleep. He doesn't care.
Oh, okay.
Ragni,
He
you
has-
should give the patient some reassuring strokes on the face, I think.
All right.
Yes.
There.
Please nuzzle your patient.
Is there
There.
a doctor in the house?
There actually is Geop. I have a special guest here who is what's your name again?
Marc.
Who's Marc?
No, the full name. The full name.
Marc the knife.
Yes.
Is that your street name?
Well, yeah, of course.
I showed Jimmy the Nose a thing or two. That's how I got my
It's
nickname.
like he's a back alley cyber doc. This is brilliant.
By the way, Geop, we decided that Skippy's name is Skippy the Marc the Knife. So
The Marc
thing-
the Knife.
Yeah, so things might get a little confusing.
There we go. That thing
Should
didn't
we
want
call
to.
Skippy the Knife or Skippy the Marc the Knife?
Skippy the Marc the Knife.
I don't think I'm allowed to be called the knife anymore, seeing this this master class of surgery.
Oh, it's okay. Several people can have the same names.
Well, I mean, Ragni, I saw the way that you removed those small intestines. It was like poetry. It was like a haiku written in meat.
Right. So again, the stomach is in the way.
What's this? I've never seen this instrument before. I've never seen this.
It's a knife with a big handle.
Yeah, but it looks more like, I don't know, something from Dexter or,
Well, I mean, we don't really know the origin of our character. All we know is that he's called Nigel Burke,
Okay.
and our patient is Bob. It's always Bob. It's also the patient in the heart surgery.
Ragnar, those handles are shaped remarkably like kidneys. Clearly they've got something to do with it.
Yeah, it must be a kidney knife.
Oh, there's this piece of... we don't need to take it.
What do you are you removing both kidneys?
Yeah.
Why both?
Because he needs to
He's going to
have
replace them.
2 new kidneys.
Well,
Okay.
you have two because one's a spare. It's kind of like with the lungs or
Okay,
Yeah,
so...
or livers.
See, if he didn't remove them both, then the guy would end up with 3 kidneys, and that's just crazy.
So you see that, like, this one is kind of hard to reach because of that green thing that I forget the name.
That's the gallbladder.
Right, that thing. So what I like to do is grab this spoon and try to wriggle it.
Are you going to spoon the gallbladder? That's original.
No, the... What?
Just think of it as a big old watermelon you're just emptying out.
A spoon.
There we go.
It's a kidney, not a kidney bean.
I... Alright, so now it's out, and we can put the 2 new kidneys in. And try to place them close to...
Yeah, well,
their
yeah,
position.
but you put the right one on the left side and the left one on the right side.
I don't think it matters.
He'll just pee backwards. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I'll pee backwards, right.
Right, well, that was a successful operation. On to the third one. It's a more unconventional one. It's a brain transplant.
Are you going to show them the speed run trick?
So, again...
that's the one I like best. I mean,
Again, we have several tools, but I think a good old-fashioned hammer is the way to go here.
Look, it works for a boiled egg. So.
Exactly. Egghead.
The skull just fly apart.
Oops.
Right, so of course it's attached here. We have to cut that, and the
and the watch again.
Oh yeah.
With a surgical hatchet, naturally.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's been specially designed for that kind of operation.
And when we put in the new brain that Igor kindly took from somewhere.
Was it from Abby Normal?
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be put, in any specific way. It just fits in the cranium, and that's all.
All right. So a thing with this game is that it was made in 48 days, which is why it's a little short. There's only 3 operations, but once you finish them all, you get a new mode, ambulance mode, and you get to redo all 3 operations.
In the ambulance?
In an ambulance. So since you've already seen them, how about you tell us a little story?
Oh, I assisted many operations when I was a medical student. I saw many of them, and I would give a little hand. There was this one time when I was in a department of urology. Urology is where you operate on kidneys, especially for people who need transplant, but also for people who need to have their kidneys repaired. And there's both kidneys have they evacuate urine with a long tube called the
catheter?
No, it's no. In French, it's l'urtère. It's well, anyway, it's a tube. I don't remember the name in English, but anyway.
Is it the thing that the stones get caught in?
Yeah, exactly. And that's where kidney stones get caught. And actually, we had this patient who was a white Russian man. This was in the 70s. So the guy, he had immigrated from. This was in France. The guy had immigrated from Russia because he was a partisan of the Tsar, and he was like most of his fellow Russians. He was a taxi driver, and he had stopped peeing altogether. And there were two main explanations. One was that his kidneys didn't work anymore. And this meant dialysis. He had to go into, under dialysis, and he would be dialyzed like three times a week, which was very heavy because he was something like 75 years old. Or he had some kind of kidney stone. And the problem was that on the X-rays, we didn't see the kidney stones. So it meant one of two things. either the kidney stone couldn't be seen, and some of them cannot be seen because they are X-ray transparent. You don't see them with the X-rays, or it was something wrong with his kidneys. And my boss, who was called Professor Lançon, who was a very nice surgeon, very cool guy, very close to the students. He had discussed the problem with his own boss, and his boss told him, well, you have to see if there's something blocking the urine after the kidneys, and then if there is something, you should operate and remove the stone.
I think I lost the... Oh, wait, no, it's here.
Yeah, well, you're losing about everything. Shortly you'll lose the patient because the door is open, you know. So anyway, he had to go and do surgery on the guy, and oh, you killed him.
Well, I put the heart in there. I think we're gonna call this one a victory anyway.
Some moral victory.
So my boss, he had to operate on the patient, and actually I was only a medical student. I was not a resident at the time, and I was not a surgical resident, so I couldn't really help him. I wasn't supposed to, at least. But his actual resident was not there. He was busy doing something else. So he said, okay, there are only the two of us, so you're going to come and help me. And I said, I've never done that before. And he said, well, you'll see, it's easy. You just do what I tell you to do, and everything will be fine, because this is a very simple operation. This is something he had done dozens of times. And so there were only the two of us, and of course there was the nurse who handed him the instruments, and the anesthesia, the reanimation guy who would put the patient to sleep. But the only anesthesiologist, exactly. But only the two of us were, bent over the patient. And I remember very clearly at one moment he said, "Hold me this," and he was holding actually the kidney of the patient. He had not removed it, of course, but he had liberated it from all the tissues around, so I could hold it in the air, and he would explore the tube to see if there were actual stones. And he said, "Oh, I feel something." He put his hand in it and he tried to feel what was inside the tube, and he found the stones, and they were actually invisible on X-rays. So he removed them, and a few hours later, the guy was awake and up and peeing again, and very happy to pee again. So, and what I learned from that experience is that when you have a very good surgeon who is also a very good teacher, he was a very, very good teacher. And now he's probably something like 75, but I still, write to him back and forth, and we exchange emails. He's still a friend. When you have a very good surgeon, a very good teacher, even if you're not experienced, you can contribute to surgery if you're not too dumb, of course, and you do what you're told. So that was a much better experience than this actual game. I mean, this is terrible. This is terrible.
Horrifying.
For God's sake, I'm happy you didn't go. I'm happy you didn't go into medicine, Ragni, because this would be. I would be,
mildly
terrified.
I'm sorry, I had to restart because I lost one of the new kidneys.
Mr. Ragni's dad, someone in the chat wants to know how you actually remove the stones. Did you squeeze them out of
he made.
Wait, I think what he does is he cuts out part of the kidney and then he just blows into it really hard.
Well, actually, that would be a little drastic. No, actually, what he does is he takes a knife, a lancet, and he makes a very small cut in the wall of the tube, and then he squeezes very gently the stones from outside, and then he sews it back. But he does that in a way that it won't damage the tube, so there won't be a leak later on, so it will be functional again. But they do that,
so there won't be a leak when he takes a leak.
Yeah, exactly. There won't be a leak when he takes one. but they have to be very gentle. But you believe that they have to do that more gently than they actually do, because most organs are very resistant. You can really hold them in your hand, and you're not going to do any damage if you're not, you know, squeezing them like crazy.
Well, I learned something today.
Everybody learned something today.
Yeah, I did too. I mean,
No, it's perfectly okay to be clumsy during surgery.
I have two questions.
Yeah?
One is, how much help can you be if you're not that smart? Because I'm not sure exactly if I have the mental capacity to do surgery, but I would still like to help.
well, you don't have to be really smart. You just have to be not too dumb. But what helps is that usually when you are asked to help, to actually help, and you know, hold the instruments or hold part of an organ to help the surgeon explore what's going on, you have already been watching what's going on in previous surgeries. You've been staying there behind the surgeons, usually standing on a stool so you can watch over their shoulders. And I had done that for, you know, several weeks, many times. So I knew what I was not supposed to do. I knew a number of things because they were teaching me that way. You know, they talk when they operate, obviously, and they talk, and you can ask questions and they would answer. At least the guys I was learning with, they were very open to students and very friendly, and so they explained everything I asked.
Okay, and my second question is,
wait, Gharbad.
if I had a kidney stone,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to do surgery, how hard would I have to squeeze my kidney to just shoot the stone out?
No, actually, today you don't have to squeeze the kidneys. There are
Can I
ultrasound.
interrupt you?
But I would just like to squeeze the kidney.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
Let me interrupt you. You can continue later. But we finished all the operations, and that phone is driving me crazy. Go away.
Well, that's an expedient.
Right. So as you finish the operation, you get more and more little those discs, floppy disks, on your desk.
Oh, it's a 1983 operation.
Yeah, you remember those.
Yeah.
And most of them are just instructions on how to clues on how to cut the organs in the operations. But the last one, this black one, has question marks on it. And when you put it in the computer, if I can manage that, there we go.
And I'm sure you don't understand what's going on because it's in French.
Not a clue.
Oh, other people have seen that. Basically, someone is sending him for a special operation in space.
Oh no.
Oh, that's that's dandy. Everything is in the air.
So, yeah, you get to do the heart transplant in space.
Space, the final surgical frontier.
And there goes the watch.
How can I watch?
It never stood a chance, to be fair.
Actually, that's a good question. Has anybody actually ever performed major surgery in space?
Well,
It will happen one day.
they probably tried a few things because there are some medical experiments actually in space, but I have never heard of any astronaut having appendicitis, for example, which would require surgery.
Maybe we should ask Torlon. He might know about that.
He might.
Is he in here? No.
He's not in here.
No.
We'll have to ask
But
him
I
next
wanted
time.
to keep answering the second question about how, if you don't want to have surgery when you have a kidney stone. Actually, there is now a very specific instrument, which is, let's say, an ultrasound gun that you can actually aim at the stone, and it pulverizes the stone, so you can just pee it down.
Yeah, I remember hearing about this.
Yeah, it works only with the smaller stones, but it does work very well, and you don't have to go through surgery.
Okay, what is the worst way to remove a kidney stone?
Probably what you
Pass, I
suggested.
Well,
blowing
actually-
down the tube.
Actually, yeah, the worst way is when you pee it down. It's very, very painful. Some people do that, and that's the preferred way, because if you are able to pee it down, it means that everything's going okay, but it's very, very painful. And people are giving painkillers in order to be able to just get rid of their stone without any other intervention.
That pretty much is the worst way. I've done that once.
Yeah,
So,
it's bad. It's bad.
The most difficult thing with this operation is grabbing a knife, because they're really small, really hard to grab, and you need one to just to cut the heart.
Especially when you have only one arm.
And it's also limited in its reach. Now,
And he tries and catches the knife, but I'm sure he doesn't even, he doesn't get a cut. Oh,
yeah, there we go.
Okay.
I got a good grip. I was pro.
That was
Pretty
pretty
impressive.
pro.
That is hard to do.
Now, has Ragni explained how the controls of this game actually work?
Oh no, I have not. Thank you for reminding me. The way this works is I move the arm around with the mouse. I maintain the left click to go down, and I release it to go up. I maintain the right click and move the mouse around to move the wrist around. And then each finger on the keyboard corresponds to one finger, and I can grab things like that.
Actually, the way that the arm moves is the most sophisticated thing in the whole game.
Yeah.
They just, they really worked on that thing, and they didn't work at all on the operation themselves.
Well, it's a game made in 48 days. And I mean, I wanted to give you a little surprise because I thought it would be funny, but this is clearly not a serious...
It's a French game, isn't it?
No.
No, it's not French?
I don't think so.
Why is it in
Well,
French?
it's not a
Because
French
they
game, but I
translated
think it's
it.
an honorary French game.
I forgot to put the language back in English, but
Okay,
they translated it.
Okay, because I thought, well, 48 days, it must be French.
Whoop, well, the operation is considered a success, but the heart flew out. Well, if the game says it works.
Yeah, sure.
A little Velcro would have gone a long way in this operation here.
And
That is
that's
the glue.
that's
Keep
it.
things down.
That's basically Surgeon Simulator. There is another thing, but it's a joke to a game you've never seen.
Okay.
So, let me see. We might have to do some Googling first.
I just found some information about surgery in space if you're interested.
Yeah?
Go ahead.
Apparently they've never done anything like that because the main problem is that all of the blood just flies out in 0 gravity. So they've created a new thing, which is a pressurized container that puts it fills up with saline so that can pressurize it and keep the blood inside while they do the surgery, and it can be operated by a robot from Earth.
All right.
Oh,
So,
remote control space surgery. That is
Yep.
the coolest fucking thing.
so,
Don't swear in
That's the
Ragdad
coolest
shirt.
thing I've heard
Guys.
in my life.
Alright, so, there's this game called Team Fortress 2, which is a shooter game where 2 teams of people fight each other, and there's 9 different kind of soldiers that you can control, and they all have different roles. One of them is the medic. And the company who makes this game made a sort of presentation video for each of these classes. And this is the presentation video for the medic.
Okay.
It's supposed to have a very goofy
Move,
sort
like
of
hot move!
aesthetic and sensitivity to it. So
Come on, almost!
Oh. Okay, how many pieces?
It's a cartoonish game, it's not at all serious.
When the patient woke up, his skeleton was missing, and the doctor was never heard from again. Anyway, That's how I lost my medical license.
Hey, just played our game.
Archimedes! No! It's filthy in there. Oh. Birds. No, most hearts couldn't withstand this voltage. But very certain
What was noise?
the sound of progress, my friend. Kill me later. Where was I? There we go. Come on. Come on. Oh, that looks good. Very nice here.
Should I be awake for this?
Then no. But as long as you are, could you hold your rib cage open a bit? I can't seem. Ah! Oh, don't be such a baby. Let's grow back. No, they don't.
The standards for safety are just tad lacking.
What happens now?
Now? Let's go practice medicine.
Any questions?
Oh man, you would not believe how much this hurts.
Archimedes?
So there you go, that's the video presentation for the medic. And recently, Surgeon Simulator made an update to the game that actually lets you do that operation in their game. If I can manage to put the tape in.
I don't know if you're going. He's such a good surgeon. He can even put a tape into a VCR.
Hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
See,
this is the kind of if I was a surgeon, I would be having problem. I would do that in front of the patient. Yeah, just not be able to put a VCR and just be like, oh god, I can't control my hand.
I am prepared to do whatever.
Hey, they fixed that. That translation was dodgy too. Alright, so we don't have a drill or a saw, but we can use other blunt objects to destroy this ribcage. The bomb is one that kind of works if you can grab it properly.
The bomb's the correct choice in this test.
Whoops. It fell out of my hands. I may have to use something else to finish cutting that. The scout's bat should be more than enough. Come on. Come on, medic. There we go.
Actually, the surgeon has neurological problems. He's got Parkinson's disease, which is problematic when you're a surgeon.
Do you think so? There we go. I think that should be okay.
You just knocked one of his lungs out with a baseball bat.
Home run.
Well, something that always bothered me, and I always notice it, is that the man on the table does not have a stomach. I don't know how...
You mean, yeah, that kind of guy should have guts.
Like, yeah, the guts, you can sort of see them, they're a little below, but he does not have a stomach. Which is puzzling. How does he eat? One of the features of the game he's in is that he can eat a sandwich to regain health.
Sandwich.
His superpower is eating food.
Mm.
Also, there's 104 people watching the stream.
I'm sorry, how many?
104.
I was not expecting that much.
I might have been spreading the word on Twitter a bit more than was necessary.
Thank you, Panzer. Alright, let's... opening the fridge is somewhat difficult.
Gotta use your wrist. Use your wrist.
The fridge is obviously going to be your Waterloo.
There we go.
Come on, buddy.
We have a choice of two hearts. I wonder what the small one, if it's going to work. Come on.
You've got to use a human-sized
Just put the
heart.
sandwich in there.
Where'd the dead spy go is my question.
He wasn't dead.
Well,
He was alive.
like,
Kinda.
So I can't get the heart out of the tray, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. I'm sure it'll work fine. Okay, let's just stick...
That's how medicine works, right? You get a freebie, you know, you can either leave a watch or a petri dish in there, but not both.
Let's attach it. There we go. And now put it in the Medigun to make it an Uber arm. Oh. Okay, that might not... I think the bigger heart might be better. Can I attach it from here? Oh, there we go.
There it goes.
Yeah, you see, this one works. Let's put it back here.
Ragni, stream's freaking out.
Oh no!
Oh. Ragni?
Ragni?
Ragni!
Maggie, goddammit!
Hello?
Moi,
Are
je
you
les
still
entends, tu les entends plus, toi?
L'upload qui déconne. Yeah, we had a little internet freak out, but I think we're back. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
We can hear
Hello.
you in the mumble.
Hello.
Okay, sorry about that.
Your stream
There
is
we go.
disconnected.
Hey.
Well, you know, I was having these little freakouts earlier. I'm kind of glad they didn't happen that much.
Down.
But anyway,
No, wait.
Oh, there you are. You're live now.
yeah, it should be coming back. I lost track of what I was doing. Yes, unlike the other surgeries, you actually have to close the patient on this one. And for that,
It's
you have
still
to
down.
use...
No, it's
No,
not.
it's up.
It's up.
Nope. It is?
You
Yeah.
have to use...
Oh, there we go.
You have to use the Medigun, you have to point it at his chest, which is really difficult to do because that joystick is impossible to use correctly. And it has to be pointed really precisely.
I like how you're using your hand but not your fingers to guide it, kind of like you don't want to get blood on the joystick.
It... yeah.
It's like operating a sink when your hands are dirty.
What? Hold on. Wait, no! What are you doing?
You're just not a very good medic.
I guess. In unrelated news, anybody wants to do hats tonight?
Yeah, he didn't inherit that part of my DNA.
Are you?
So, Ragni, I have a special request for
Yes.
you. I'm just wondering if you would be willing to oblige. Could your dad play the first level of this for us to watch?
Do you want to play?
To play the game?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I can.
I'd really love to see you do a heart transplant. I gotta be straight.
You could try for like 5 minutes, and if you can't figure it out...
Sure, if you explain how to...
Okay, I'll show you how it works. Let's just change seats. Actually, take that part of the...
So what you are asking of me is that I make a fool of myself in, live, actually.
Well, I just did that.
A little bit.
All right.
Not even the developers can play this game.
The way this works, your
can.
fingers, you want to put your fingers on A, W, E, R.
A, W, E, R.
Okay, you see each of these buttons controls a finger, and the space button controls the thumb. So when you want to grab stuff, you want to close them all.
Okay. So I pushed the button.
Oh, you pushed the ambulance mode. Maybe you don't want to do that one.
I don't know. I don't care.
All right, let's try ambulance mode.
Okay. So
if you want to grab something, you have to close all the fingers because you might not grab things otherwise.
Okay. So now I have to
And remember, you can turn your wrist around with the right mouse. You have to maintain right mouse and then move the mouse around to there you go, like that.
I don't know if I can do that. Aha!
There you go. You got the hammer. Don't release the fingers. And
so,
now.
And what? How do you?
Oh no! You released the fingers. That's not how. There's the electrical the circular saw here. If you want, you can use that.
Okay.
It also works.
I'm sorry, guy. I'm a very bad surgeon here, and I think you're going to die.
His name is Bob.
Bob, I'm sorry, Bob. And fortunately, you're not hearing me, which is...
Yeah, he's asleep. If you want,
your
hand is pointed down. You want to point it a little back up.
Okay, I don't remember how to do that.
Like right mouse button, and then you...
Ah, okay.
It's it's inverted controls like a plane.
Okay. So what am I doing?
So if you bring the mouse back to you, the hand will move back to you.
Okay, so what am I going to...
Well, you kind of lost the hammer and you kind of lost the saw, so look on the right.
Okay.
You could use that big green thing and try to smash it. The oxygen tank, you could try to grab that and smash it with that.
Okay, so I have to...
go down and grab it with your fingers.
Up.
Fingers on the space bar.
Yeah, right. You have to have an opposable thumb.
It's
like
don't release it if you grabbed it.
Okay.
Release left mouse to go back up. Okay, you got it, and you can. I don't know how this is gonna go because this is not the best position to grab it.
Just rub it along your rib cage like you're
just
playing the xylophone.
Try to rub it.
So you're
awkwardly rubbing objects.
Just like you're MacGyver doing surgery.
You're a Halloween skeleton, and you're playing another skeleton like a xylophone. Go.
You broke some ribs. You can broke the ones on the other side if you try.
Oof, that is a lot of blood.
Luckily, this man's rib cage is made out of graham crackers.
Ah, he died.
He died.
I'm sorry, guys. I killed him.
Well, you tried. That's what counts.
I tried. Yeah. Thank you for
saving him, though.
Thank you for your support. Don't give me don't tell the what do you call the NHS that I killed someone.
The medical authorities.
Yeah, the medical authorides. They might just.
Don't worry. This will stay.
I have some bad news.
This will stay a secret.
Literally, the medical authorities.
Look, there's no proof. This will stay secret. I am not going to upload this to YouTube afterwards.
I mean, look on the bright side. You managed to do surgery for almost 3 minutes with your left hand in the back of an ambulance, which is, I mean, that's amazing. I'm surprised
amazing.
He lived that long.
Yeah,
you literally had one hand behind your back. At least I think that's what the case is.
It's really nice of you to find positive points in that dreadful demonstration I just made, but thank you very much.
Well, anyway, thank you everyone for watching and being here. This was an awesome thing to do.
Thank you for listening to my little stories.
Thank you for joining us,
It's been
Ragny's
interesting.
dad.
All right,
Thank you.
I'm going
You
to.
were great.
Absolute pleasure. This is really fun.
All right, so I'm going to stop the stream.